have about ma'am, but this was a very brief introduction of ma'am. So we are pleased to have ma'am's presence, and this will definitely be very thought very or kind of a guideline for our students, and this will be definitely very enlightening event for our students. So now, keeping the program ahead, I would like to invite our faculty member, our in charge, Department of Law, Dr. Renu Sharma ma'am, for the brief introduction of our Honorable Vice Chancellor ma'am. Now ma'am, mic is over to you, please. Renu Sharma ma'am, please.
You can simply embrace.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I
Yeah.
join?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So let me introduce our Honorable Vice Chancellor ma'am. As I told you, ma'am
My
also.
introduction should be very brief.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So, ma'am, presently is working as the Vice Chancellor of Faculty of Ambedkar National Law University. Before that, ma'am has been a member of many boards and has also been worked as a head Department of Law, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. Ma'am has also been the Commissioner of Information Commission Punjab. Ma'am has also been worked as a member of Juvenile Justice Board and even still member. Ma'am is also a member over there. Ma'am has also been a member of various prestigious committees at the national level. Ma'am has also many books, especially on the women issues in her credit. Ma'am has also published various national as well as international publications in the reputed journals. Ma'am has also been guided more than 9 PhD students. There are a lot many things in the credit, but presently whatever ma'am is doing for the National Law University and how we are working under the esteemed guidance of our Honorable Vice Chancellor ma'am, we are really feeling pleasure. So we have also heard our Honorable Worthy Registrar Sir, Dr. Amit Kumar Kamboji. So welcome sir. And now I would like to invite our today's speaker. But before that, I would like to request our IT cell to kindly play the full Geet as we have a convention of the same. And short while then we will start today's event.
सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते कर्तव्य भाव की वो दीक्षा मौलिक अधिकारों की रक्षा मानवता धर्म निभाने की जन जन को सुलभ रहे शिक्षा इसको पाने के लिए सदा हम धर्म मार्ग चलते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव स्वस्थ रहे मन उपकारी बौद्धिक संबंधी होगी नारी संकल्प यदि हम अपनाते हर निर्णय हो जनहितकारी सेवा का भाव लिए मन में सत्कर्म सदा करते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते अनुशासित संस्कारित शुचिता है छात्रों की प्रतिभा दाता राही विधि विश्वविद्यालय से PVR लॉ यूनिवर्सिटी से गर्वित होगी भारत माता अर्जित सारे गुण अर्पित कर बंधन माँ का करते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते शुभ न्याय मिले अन्याय टले शुभ न्याय मिले अन्याय टले ओ सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते जयति जय सत्यमेव जयते
Thank you, Chandan sir. Thank you, ISL, for playing the full beat of the SSLT. Now, finally, let me have the privilege to call our honorable and the esteemed speaker of the day, Ma'am Navdeep Kaur Virt. Ma'am, now mic is over to you.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed the song. It's been so long, when I heard it. It took me back to my own school days, and this is the tradition, this is our culture, and it is so beautiful. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you very much for having me here and inviting me over. It's my pleasure to be part of your platform, and I really thank Dr. Vinay. She is amazing, amazing woman of substance and vision, and I believe she is a force in your university where she is always working hard day and night. So this is what she's been planning from last 3 to 4 months, like how I can make my students more informed, more choices. That speaks about her vision and her passion for everybody in this institute. So I am so thrilled to be part of your journey, and thank you very much, ma'am, for inviting me over. And I hope I do justice to your vision for your university and your passion for the students and getting the information. So I will tell a little bit about myself. I'm a lawyer now in Canada, and I teach since it's my passion. I learned in my early in life that law is the very, very empowering education. It gives you vision, it gives you a tool to succeed in life. But many times when we do not have the exposure, we don't have the idea, we don't have the vision, we don't have the connection, we don't know how much far we can go with our law degree. I always owe back to my roots, and India is my root where I learned, where I grew. I learned the culture, and I owe it to my teachers who were, teaching me so well in life. Especially you, we always owe back to our school teachers who, give us the best, discipline at that life, and that discipline counts in life. So let's talk about what a law career means. Global legal career. The world is connecting every day in a much faster way to each other. We can learn from each other, we can share ideas, we can connect the dots. So when we go to kindergarten on day one, we learn how to, do join the dots and draw a picture. But now that picture for our career, for the future, is already drawn every day by the internet. There is so much information. There's so much. So join the dots, shaping of the picture, shaping of the life is every day happening. But despite having the best of knowledge, despite having the talent, despite having the potential, sometimes when we move out of our country, there is a lot of pressure on everybody to succeed, to go and earn a better life, better career. The passion for our career is somewhere missed. We get so much engrossed by the I need to get PR, I need to get my this status, legal status. We somehow ignore and undermine the career potential. Your career should not be sacrificed wherever you go in the world. Law degree is the most versatile degree with which we can learn so much and we can grow so much. So let's talk about different countries and what Indian law student can do in the world today. How can we make our degree count? How can we make this knowledge count in the world? Where we stand with our degree at this level? What type of skills we need to develop as we go along in life? Can we do something right now in which we can learn a better life tomorrow? What is the global legal career? Law, especially in North America and Europe, is the one of the best career options. It gives you tremendous respect as well as financial stability. How to achieve that standard? How to be there to count? The process is little bit tedious, but it is doable. So let's talk about what we can do in different countries and how can we do. So the first step, what we need to do while living in India is when you get your license, make sure you get your affiliation with bar council of your province, your state, and your or all India bar council. After law degree, do not ignore the licensing process, because once you go out, the licensing process is recognized as another feather in your cap. If you're not licensed lawyer and you're only law graduate, then you have to start from another level. But if you already have a license, then the level is different. No matter you're going to US, you're going to Canada, you're going to Australia, you're going to England, or any other European country for that matter. So first thing, you need to always remember that after completing your law degree, even if you're going into teaching, you're going into corporate jobs, make sure, or your many students, they get from prestigious to institution, they get hired as in-house counsel. I work with students. I'm in this field of Canadian legal education from last 10 years. I have been meeting students and feeling that they are already lost the battle. Why? Because they are somehow never thought about getting a license at that level. So your degree as well as your license, these are two things which must be there, which you should achieve and some which you should pay attention. So let's see how can we do a lot with a law degree. Many students from India, they contact me about the LLM. They're saying, ma'am, I've done my LLB. Now I want to do LLM in England. I want to do LLM in Canada. I want to do LLM in USA. So the next question over here for us is, why do we want to do LLM? Is it somehow helping us in our immigration process, or it's simply a higher education? LLB itself is a complete tool set for us to succeed in life. You get licensed to practice law. LLM is a kind of specialization which matters to you, but it is not a foundationary step in your career in anywhere else in the world. So LLM is an expensive route. It's very good to study, to learn. So first of all, you have to understand that LLM is a not necessary step to become a licensed lawyer in next country. So LLM is a good route, but it can be bypassed by other processes. There are many diplomas which will give you the skill set. For example, in HR department, there are many diplomas in which you can learn and add a feather in your career in that. For example, you are working with legal skills research and managing of the legal teams. That kind of diplomas which we can learn, and they will give you a process as well, and it would be less expensive for you as we consider the LLM route. LLM everywhere is very, very expensive. For example, in Canada, you would spend around $35,000 just to get your fee from a university. And in England, it will cost around 22 Canadian dollars. In USA, it's again 15 to 20,000 US dollars. So that's how the LLM should be considered, considering your immigration process or your career process, what you want to do. LLM is not something which you have to do to succeed in the career. So let's see what type of jobs, what type of career options we have when we go into any other country. So the first thing in any other country is getting the licensing process. For licensing process, make sure you get your license back home first, along with your law degree, as I've already said. There are many things which you can do. For example, legal research is a wonderful tool, and we are taught so well in our institutions here in India. We make sure that students have exposure to libraries, and our teachers always teach us from the case laws. I have learned this back home, that our teachers are always using the method. So only thing we have to learn a little bit is how to communicate that learning transferable skill in our foreign degree. So legal research jobs only require you to go and demonstrate how to write. And writing can be learned very, very quickly from many resources. So that's how legal research is a wonderful platform to work for students in the process. Another thing in Canada or US or England or Australia, we learn that students are like asking me many times, what is real estate law? What is the role of the lawyer in the real estate market? What the lawyer is doing? So real estate is something means buying and selling of a house. I want to buy a house. I would go to back home. I would go to a registry office and go through the process. But in North American countries, in Australia and England, that process is handled from the lawyer's computer. So lawyer is having the power kind of a registrar, where he is transferring the title and doing it. So that is a wonderful field to work for lawyers, and they learn the skills, and it's a very, very easy process to learn and master in the world. So another thing students ask me is, what is the difference between IT scope? What is the scope of IT law? So IT law is another wonderful tool, wonderful thing to work with, because there is so much going on in trademark, there is so much going into patent, there is every day every day these things are developing in our country and everywhere in the international world, platform as well. So that is another thing in which we can consider as a career. So these are the basic things. First of all, we have to have our own Indian license. It gives you an edge in the competitive world market. And there are so many sources in which you can go remote internship while living in India. So I would be discussing all those options with Dr. Vinay in the end as well to be able to promote those kind of opportunities for the student at your university. So the global legal career, we need to know that law opens the door. It is the wonderful piece of, I would say skill set. I don't consider law as a, simply a kind of, how would we put it? So I don't consider law simply an education. I would say it's a powerful tool. So now we know that licensing process is one thing. LLM is not mandatory. LLM is something which you may or may not do. And your Indian law degree is a powerful tool for you. Now, I have been receiving many students' comments on my YouTube and on my private messaging. Like, ma'am, you write barrister and solicitor. What does it mean? And why you are not just barrister or solicitor? So, Canada follow the rule of common law inheritance while coming from England. So we are writing two exams and we are called barrister and solicitor and lawyers. But there is not just one degree which you can do or one designation which you can learn. You cannot be just barrister and or solicitor in Canada. But when we go to England, the barrister is the one who would be handling your litigation, and solicitor who would be doing office work, doing your estate litigation, who would not sorry estate, who would be handling your estate, making a trust, making a well in that situation, or handling your real estate deals at the level. Now, legal consultant, one thing which many students do not know, that when we go to a foreign country, we can still make money as being a foreign legal consultant in that country. You can handle Indian issues in your office by paying a small fee. You can open up an office and work back home with the teams to advise foreigners on Indian law. To advise people on Indian law, you do not need any licensing process in any country. You just have to inform the law society and pay the fee and do that. So foreign legal consultant is a one-time process which you can work and start working as that. There is another field for foreign lawyers, foreign trained lawyers. In countries, this is called notary services. Notaries have their own training process, and there is a lot they can do in the depending upon the jurisdiction. So that is also one thing which we can learn and start working on the process. So foreign legal consultant does not require any other further education. You can work while sitting in Canada, while sitting in any other place, under the rules of that law society, as we have council or bar association, for we have Punjab and Haryana Bar Council, I believe, right? Is it called Bar Council or Bar Association? I think from district wise we have
Bar Council.
pardon me?
Bar Council.
Bar Council, yes. So Bar Council. So you inform them and you start working on that. So that is a very less known fact for the among the students when they come to a foreign country. So another thing I would like to bring everybody's attention is never ever hesitate to dream big. Why? Because when we go to a common law country, there are so many. You go to South Africa, you go to Australia, you go to England, you come to Canada, you would learn that the system is pretty much the same. We have the same common legal inheritance together. So have confidence in yourself, and just navigate the process slowly. This is not something which is very, very scary for anybody. So you may find a little bit different when you go to US because they have developed their own system, or you go to France and you will find it very different because they have civil law jurisdiction. But there are so many countries which are Commonwealth countries, and they have the common law tradition. So when you read the property law, you read the constitution, criminal code, and everything, they're pretty much the same. Even though they have developed a lot, but it does not mean that structure is alien to us. So my purpose of today's information session is, like, when I was way back in 2009, 2010, starting my international legal career, I had no information, I had no resources. But I believe with the right amount of knowledge, it is a powerful tool to succeed in life. So we can definitely make it big. We come from a hardworking community. We are having wonderful teachers, and the one thing which I love about our country is we have disciplined people. I've learned, I've worked with, wide variety of people from all over the world, and I always say, you know what, you owe it to your mom, because that's where you learn to work hard at the level this thing. So I work with the North American students. I like 80% of my clientele comes from England. Lawyers coming from Australia, lawyers coming from England, lawyers coming from US to settle in Canada, and of course from India. I always love something about Indian students is they can work hard. No matter how much you grill them, how much you give them, they have that inherent ability to work hard and dream big. So my purpose over here is to be able to more interactive, encouraging, and give you a bigger perspective of global legal career. So if you have any questions, how I work, what do I do, and how can I, if you have any questions, I would say the most we learn from the quizzing. So feel free to ask me any questions in the process. Anybody, any question, Dr. Amit? Do you have a question for me? You are still on mute.
Yeah. So, ma'am, what kind of global career in the field of law the rural students can have, because they are very much underprivileged and they don't have any, resources, or they can't have any kind of much guidance. So, how do you guide all these kind of students who are not having that much kind of resources in
Definitely.
foreign nations and not having much knowledge to do
Yes,
all
so-
this kind of, to complete that process?
Thank you. Very, very good question, Dr. Amit. So I would say the one thing we little bit need to learn is the way of communicating with other countries. So I would be launching, specifically your the question gave me an idea. So I would be giving or launching a video on my YouTube on the global communication, how the world communicate with each other. So especially coming from our own country, we're kind of reserved. We believe for people to kind of approach us, and we believe in respecting. But in global world, it's considered more of a confident, like, hey, I'm Goldberg, this is what I do. Would you hire me? Right? This kind of level. So we have to break a little bit that barrier to be approachable. But there are so many remote jobs which are available right now, which you can do it with the internet. For example, you can do legal research jobs. That does not require, if I'm a lawyer and I need staff to do legal research, I would be putting up in the remote internship thing, that anybody having the access to internet can do it in India. All they do have to do is find a legal point, find certain legal points on my problem and do it. And this is what we do always. So law is, you don't have to be certified in the process. I would say the first of all, just break the myth of in law that we need additional certification. We need additional certification when we go out and advise people, legal advice. Then we need to do that. But to do a job, you don't need any certification. It really depends upon your own skills and the person who is hiring you in the process. So definitely you can do legal research is something which you can do. and they are very short diplomas to upgrade your skills rather than going through the expensive route. We can definitely do lots of short
देखना ये
diplomas
मनु
in the process, which can be done remotely, and they are not, everything is not that expensive. I always normally
Anita.
share a lot of information free of charge for my on my social media platform, for example
ठीक है
Facebook page
ऑन
and
कर
Instagram, so that student can, people can follow and they can do on their own, because wow, at one time we didn't have it, so we owe it back to everybody in this process. So
Thank
rural
you so
background
much.
is your power. It is not your shortcoming. It makes you more disciplined. It makes you more, committed to succeed. So I would say that is. I studied from a. I am a, from a, a rural background. I used to go on cycle to my to study from grade 1 to grade 10.
And even more social interactions rather.
Yes, no. I miss that time. I believe, like even if you are, and the whole community is your, family, and everybody takes care of you. If you are sick, they don't see you, they will come asking you. I think that makes us more human.
Really, really.
Any other questions from anybody? Please don't hesitate. Just if you feel like you can chat,
Yes,
of
ma'am, they're
course, I
right.
would be, yes, sharing the tips and the links as well. Yes,
गुड
my
मॉर्निंग
link is
मैम
very simple. My brand name is Canadian Law Tutor. My nickname is Goldberg. You can always follow me as Goldberg or Canadian Law Tutor on social media. I'm everywhere.
शॉर्ट बहुत है ना
Yes,
एकदम
any other question? You can private message me, direct message me. I would be happy to take questions, because I've learned that questions are, more informative. It gives us more knowledge about the fact.
शॉर्ट बहुत है ना माय
Good
नेम इज
morning,
गुड
ma'am. I have
Good
a
morning, Deepak.
ma'am. I just wanted to ask, like, I choose law because I wanted to join a law firm in future. So, what was your initiative? Like, what was your reason to choose law? That I want to be this, and like, what was your experience when you started, like, trying to achieve your aim and goal and thing?
कमेंट नहीं आ रहा यूट्यूब पे फेसबुक पे
Thank you. I chose law when I was not allowed to attend my dad's funeral from being a daughter. And I was not recognized as a daughter, being a child on his last prayer. So they announced that he doesn't have a child, because they didn't want to accept that a girl is a child. So I left my dad's last prayer howling, and then I decided and fought back with the law. I think there is only one way to do right things in life is, and the law has carried me so far in life. So I believe that was my reason. I got litigation in my, in my life, and I think that made the life throws everything which is important for us and to learn, right? So I am. You have a wonderful choice of career in Deepak. You are can definitely. I would say the one thing you need to work a little bit on is your legal writing skills. Volunteer with your teachers. Volunteer with other law firms, and see how in Canada we consider volunteering is a very important aspect, because you make your own connections. You start working with people and you start learning as well. So for legal, joining a law firm, they would expect you to have a little bit of. These days, YouTube is a wonderful source, and there are so many things going on. So you can start learning from basic things for drafting opinion letters, drafting something like as simple as a plaint. You can even volunteer for your neighbors to start. If I'm not wrong, consumer dispute resolution is a wonderful place to start.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, law firm was my primary goal, but also I wanted to be like you, like perfect in every field. Like I can achieve most of the skills, like this kind of a
Of
thing. Like
course,
I
you can
wanted
do
to be.
everything. This is doable. This is absolutely doable. Look at me. I come from a village in Bathinda and Punjab, and I'm a first generation lawyer. So it's really how you take life that will take you a long way.
Ma'am, how was your experience in Canada in law field? Like, Obviously,
It
there
is
is a lot of
very, I would say
responsibility
it's very
and
inclusive. Inclusive we means they are people who welcome you a lot. So it's a very inclusive country, but it's also have a higher, standard as well. So you keep working. I'm still learning. I committed myself to do at least one course every year unless I achieve my PhD. So I think we should not ever shy away from working hard. As you can see, your vice chancellor, ma'am, she's working on this kind of interaction for the students from last 3 months. Even in COVID, she was so worried, right, that I need to give my students an edge over other people so that they can have this information. I think the vision is never stop working.
पूछ कहाँ पे?
thank you so much, ma'am. It was really a great experience by talking to you.
Thank you. So, any other question you have for any other country? If it's I would like to answer with best of my abilities in that. Feel free to ask me any question. Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I think you have given so many questions to them, and they will have to find answers for them themselves.
Thank you. No, that's I think the best learning in life is
During COVID period, they have become very non-serious about the studies.
yes, no. Study is a wonderful tool.
I think today's lecture will also give them boost that without a valid degree and without a good grade, you cannot pursue further.
No, definitely. Working hard is a very important aspect. As you can see, it's my 9:15 at night, and I'm fresh and talking to you. And I woke up at 5:30 in the morning. So that's how we work,
9:15 night हो रहा है वहाँ पे?
right? We are committed to our field, and law is a
12 घंटे का फर्क है
very
यार।
very vast.
हाँ
field.
9:50 बता रहे हैं।
So we have some questions in the chat box.
Yes, I see
We
NCA.
have the so kind, please.
Yes, so NCA exam, as you asked, I have recently uploaded a video on my YouTube. You can go and in detail how the process works. But in short, I would tell everybody over here that when you come to Canada or you want to come to Canada, there is a national board which will evaluate the degree and they will give you certain exams. And those exams are from National Committee of Accreditation. So National Committee of Accreditation will give you certain level of the exams, maybe 5, maybe 7, maybe 8. So that is NCA exam. So being a foreign, in Canada, the term for international lawyers is used as a foreign trained lawyer. So I would say as a foreign trained lawyer, we would be required to write those exams. I wrote my exams back in 2010 and that is my certificate, which I still got in 2010. I was the first one to achieve it while sitting outside Canada, and that exams are these days are conducted online. I was the only one writing those exams in Delhi at that time. There was a center for the first time made in India. So now they are conducted online, which you can type, and there is a portal opens up. So it's a very doable process these days. I provide coaching. I try to give the bridging of the knowledge. So you don't need to learn everything from scratch, but you need to have the transferable skills in life. That is one thing I learned in last 10 years of my career. That everybody, I work with students who are mature students. Somebody 50-year-old had a law degree but being busy in the business, but never had an opportunity to transfer the skills in law practice. It doesn't mean they are not being a practicing lawyer from last 20 years and they don't have the skills. They have the skills. They have the wonderful knowledge. So those skills can be transferable. So that's where your coaching comes in, where your coaches see the best part of you and training you on that level. So then what is the other question? If you
Another question we have about the LLM degree for
yes.
on that one.
Yes, that is a little bit beyond the scope of Naman. Thank you very much for the question. But if I cannot answer the LLM degree in a global perspective, that would make more like an immigration process question. So, but LLM degree is definitely going to help you in your anywhere in the immigration process, because that would be recognized in that country as a that country's point system and things like that. How it helps. Sometimes they will help you in point system. For example, in Canada, sometimes they would require you to give you tool to work in that country. So it really depends where we are. But in a global perspective, it would be a little bit out of scope for us to pinpoint the immigration process of every this thing. Any other question?
Anybody else, if you want to ask any question, you can unmute yourself and either you can write in the chat box.
Yes, you can write, you can type, you can speak, no problem. Wonderful, Dheeraj. Yes, moving to other country and setting up your own law firm is a big deal. Of course, it's a big deal. But I work with students who launch things every, week these days. I've been so blessed to be part of so many success stories, and I'm a proud coach of in foreign trained lawyer and of course Canadian law students in the process. So in these days, it's
उन्होंने कितनी
very
पेमेंट थी
easy to start
एक
your
वो भी ले गया था
virtual
यार
law
कल
firm. So the
ये
cost, I think you need to be not to be
धर्मेंद्र
worried about the cost in these days, because I run my I live in Vancouver, but my law firm is also in Toronto. So I work in a almost 3 or 4 time zones all the time. So with virtual working, the process is very
हाथ लाएगा
digitalized. The signing is digitalized. You don't need to meet your clients every time or face to face, only for certain paper signing and things like that. And the world is changing. So I would say that it is becoming more cost effective these days to work as we are interacting. I am not booking a flight and come to India to meet everyone. So we are having an impactful conversation over here on a virtual platform. So I think the world is changing every day. So the cost is decreasing. So I would say this is, at least it's my experience, is that with the virtual tools, if you just Google how to run a virtual law firm, you will learn that how many cloud platforms are there where you can have all the documents, how you can use DocuSign to digitally sign the documents, and you can have virtual meetings with the clients and everything. So I don't think so there is any big issue with that. But that was a wonderful question. Dheeraj, you are looking far ahead in life. Good business planning.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Any other
Is
questions?
there any other question from side students?
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Miss
Ma'am,
Gupta.
this is Jasmini.
Jasmini, good morning.
Ma'am, as you keep mentioning that we need the standard skills, could you please elucidate on the specific skills that we should hone and what are the ways we should go about it?
Of course. That's a very good question. So the skill for a lawyer is communication. That's one thing. So I think that starts with how you start interacting with your professors, how you start connecting with other people on the LinkedIn and things like that. So the first thing of skill we have is the communication in life, in anywhere. So another skill is your writing skills.
काट दी कपड़े
And third is your research skills. So these are the 3 basic skills which will take you a long way. So I would say start reading with Supreme Court judgments. I always read the judgments from the day one. I used to go to the library. I still remember there was a Hindu law reporter. Yes, that used to be in the university. And in the morning, my bus would arrive at 8 o'clock, and my classes would start at 9. And for 1 hour in the morning, I would be in the library reading the reporter. I would say that is where, because when we are in the classroom, we only learn from certain perspective, right? The teacher is teaching us one provision, and he will say, hey, this is where it applies, where it does not apply. But when you open a law reporter, you learn so much. Oh, this point has been litigated by these 5 people in a different time zones, and they have different issues related to that. So learning the facts is the best friend is the law reporter, I would say. And I remember by the time my last year there used to be a digital reporter as well, Manu Patra. So I used to use that for my skills. So I learned law from the reporters and British authors, the big books which we never take in the library, the big fat books. I never understood jurisprudence in my first year. I barely, like, I succeeded with 70% marks, I believe, but I never understood it. So after that, I started reading the books and understanding the gist of it. I think reading the books and the research skills, and then you can have your own journal in that. So these are three skills which you have to have the basic skills. Number one, communication, how we communicate, how much approachable we are in the global legal career. The best thing in this world is, are you approachable, are you comfortable, are you making the first move to approach professor. I am amazed at how many law students from India, from England, they start following me in the first year, and they would follow me on LinkedIn and say, ma'am, this is what I'm doing, and I would like to follow your page and be connected. And they would then they have the relationship. They can ask specific questions. So I would say build your relationships in the process. That is the best thing you can do to yourself. And never ever hesitate from reading the law. First, you read the reporters, read the live judgments. Then those judgments will be your tool to develop the third skills called
लाइव
legal
कैसे करना है
research.
मनु?
Until unless we haven't read those things, we can never develop the skill of legal research. Because if I've read, Divorce Act, I would have read the concept of consent and adoption, and I haven't read why Supreme Court of
सॉफ्ट
India
कौन सा यूज करता हूँ
decided
लाइव के
in
लिए?
these 10
OBS
cases there was a consent of the spouse,
OBS
and in this cases there wasn't
लाइव
consent
स्ट्रीमिंग के
of the
लिए
spouse. I'm just using it as an
लाइव
example.
स्ट्रीमिंग के लिए
This is all I remember from
स्ट्रीमिंग
my studying. So I would say we can never do the legal research. Now I know that perspective, and tomorrow when I'm being asked in a
जो
firm,
स्क्रीन
so pick a topic, pick a
टेक्स्ट
narrow
कर रहा होता है
topic.
उसको हम
I followed
क्या करते हैं ब्रॉडकास्ट कर देते हैं अपने
Hindu
चैनल
law
पे
reporter,
यूट्यूब
and there
चैनल
was
पे वो
something
हेल्प करता
else. I
है
don't
OBS
remember the name, and I was interested in the bankruptcy law. So you choose your points and you key areas, then the read the judgments. And if you don't understand, you have your teachers. I would always go knock the door and say, ma'am, can you please explain it to me? So the teachers would explain it to you. So I think that's what this communication, readings, and researching.
Okay, ma'am.
Interesting question. Thank you. Can you please elaborate, Naman? ISG, I understand that's International Court of Justice, and ICC, I don't understand that. Can you please explain me what do you mean by the last two abbreviations? Or you can just put me a little bit information on the tab. Sorry about my lack of knowledge. I don't remember all the slang. So International Court of Justice, I would say just go to their website. Follow them. When you go on any foreign, a website, always look for an option called careers. When you click that tab, you will see, are they looking for a volunteer opportunities? Are they hiring volunteers? And even if they're not hiring a volunteer, there is no harm in writing a letter and explaining to them, like, hey, I'm a first year law student, I'm a fifth year law student, I'm third year law student. This is what my interest is, and I would like to volunteer with you in this organization and learn. And they always respond. Write a nice email, reach out to them, and the first step to make connection is ask for a volunteer. Yes, so I would say you go to this, International Criminal Court and International Tribunal for the Law and see. Of course, there are ways to go over there. So when you go to their website, look for the career options and get involved in that. And then you can, of course, and as you must have read so many times that in International Court of Justice, the lawyers from India appear. They don't need any further qualification for that. So there is no limit what we can achieve as an Indian lawyers. The time is just right to think globally, think big. And as I said in the beginning, the internet is always connecting the dots and putting the bigger picture for us. And definitely we can learn and grow from there. Any other question?
So if they're having any questions, then we'll take through email and send you.
Of course, that would be
Then we'll
wonderful. I
take.
would send you a survey form. Please, stay in touch with me so that I can be able to navigate you. And if you're coming to Canada, welcome to Canada. I would be very happy to be your coach and do the process.
Sure.
One little question we have is mediation, alternative dispute resolution is a wonderful platform. ADR is so much encouraged in Western world now, and even in India we see the arbitration. So I would say for arbitration you can always do arbitration act diplomas. So rather than doing an LLM, do a skillful diploma in the arbitration. Send me these questions, and slowly I would be putting more information on my website as well as my page, so that we can, wherever I find information, that would be on my LinkedIn and everywhere. So feel free to join me.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am, for the lovely and very knowledgeable session for the students. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. We owe it to everybody, back home. If we learn something, if we can make one journey, I always tell my students that this is not easy, but I would try my best to make it as easy as possible. I know there is a competition. I know there is a lot of pressure on everybody to succeed in law, but if I'm just sharing my own journey, that it's doable.
So before we go for the formal vote of thanks, so let me give mic to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am, if you want to give any comments or any feedback. I don't know.
Thank you, Navdeep, for your knowledge you have shared with our students.
Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me over. I've heard a lot, great things about you from everyone, and it was really nice being part of your institution.
Nice meeting with you through my students, Tinder. Most of the students might be knowing about her. From the day I joined, it was my dream that my students should reach at the international level. So with my interaction with the Honorable Chancellor, when he said that you are not simply making them lawyer, you have to make them IAS and PCS, I told them, for the last 30 years, my students are working in Supreme Court, High Court, as a professional, as a official officers, and also as a judges. And now with this opportunity, I want to achieve that goal that my students should reach. And I was happy when some of my students asked about ICC, ICJ, and IPLOS. So that means our university is going on a right track. So the very first day, we have been boosting their communication skill, their writing skill, and through various programs, various webinars, even till date, we must have confident to say that we have organized 70 guest lectures, which is I can say it's a record in a very university which is in a process of making itself. So it is with the help of my team which I got in this university, both teaching and non-teaching, that we are moving forward. And we are looking forward, our students should come on the campus and we can do other wonders with their help. So thank you, Navneet. Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure, ma'am. It's I'm always there for everybody, anybody who wants to make big in life. I work in immigration field as well, and but I would say teaching, immigration is my profession, but teaching is my passion. So I always take my teaching aspect of my career as my it's more close to my heart.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
My
ma'am, for
pleasure.
your kind words. And now, finally, I would like to call upon the mic our worthy registrar, sir, Dr. Amit Kumar Kamboji, for the formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, Amit.
Welcome, sir.
Namaskar, ma'am.
Namaste. I still remember. I can do that.
Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making a very great success of today's program. Uh, Thereafter, I am thankful to our great speaker for the day, Madam Navdeep Kaurji. Ma'am, you have shared your experience, ideas, and thought on the topic of the day with our students, faculty members, that how they can groom in the different areas at the international level, what are the opportunities and what are the steps they have to follow if they have to reach at a different destinations at the international level. Ma'am, I assure you that the ideas shared by you and the way you have communicated to our students, the students they really get benefited from the ideas and your experience. And I also ensure the students that Ma'am Navdeep would also be available in future as
Of course, I'm always there to be part of your
request to
journey.
the ma'am.
It
Ma'am,
is our
great
journey.
experience that we have enjoyed a very uh, we have enjoyed your experience. We have enjoyed your thought for in our talk today. I'm also thankful to our Honorable Vice Chancellor to make available to our students and the faculty members such a great personality and a speaker. Our Vice Chancellor is very hardworking and she's always planning that how the maximum benefit can be enriched to the students, how the students they may be enlightened in a different areas. Ma'am, I'm very thankful to you. I'm thankful to my faculty members, Dr. Amit Guleria ji and Dr. Renu and all other teachers, those who have made success this program. And in the last, I'm thankful to all the students who are enlightened in this program that they have enhanced the glory of this program by attending it. I'm also thankful to the media person that for their coverage they have given to this program. Thanks to all. Thanks.
Thank you so much for formal vote of thanks, sir. Thank you so much. And thanks from my side also, ma'am, and from the entire DBA Hindu family. Thank you so much, and we'll definitely have your presence when you will be in India.
Of
So
course.
it is possible. Otherwise, through online modes, through these platforms, we'll definitely have your guidance in future.
Yes, no. I'm always there to guide everybody who wants to be, successful in life and learn anything. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank
Be
you.
free to reach out to me anytime. No problem.
Bye. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
So everyone.
Now today's event is over.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
ma'am.
so much, ma'am. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Bye. Now, the dear students, kindly resume to the classes as they have been scheduled.